Gia. So you just cut your hair, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
Right. Perfect. So we got out all of that weight because you have a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So your hair is naturally pretty dark. And this is all natural, yeah? You have no color in your hair?
No color whatsoever.
Okay, perfect. I'm thinking we just add some soft like brightness around your face, and we'll kind of loosen up some of the color throughout the mids and ends. We'll keep it natural on the top so you have no maintenance. So I'm mixing up to 7, Redken up to 7. And I'm gonna start with 25 volume and some Olaplex.
Like, no, I just kind of flip it a little bit. I feel like when I'm working, I just flip it all the time.
Got it. So it's not like a hard part on either side?
No.
Okay,
no,
perfect.
Never.
So
if anything, more of a harder part in the middle. Like, I feel like I'm more center.
Perfect.
I don't know, kind of like yours. Like a little.
Yeah, just like a little off center, not like totally perfect.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do like a little horseshoe. And so I just did like a thicker weave, and around the face I'm gonna do like kind of thicker pieces, just so we get some fun pop. And all of this lightening will be off the scalp, so it will grow out really well. So my method here is I'll do the front hairline on both sides first, and then I'll move back and forth every few foils so that both sides are evenly light and the front is lighter than the back. And I always paint higher than I want the lightness to be, because when I tone it down at the sink after, I still want subtle dimension higher than where I want the actual brightness to start. Now I'll come around. And this front one, just like I did this one, I'm just gonna take this slice. Like I want the extra pop in the front, that's why I do the slice, but I also make sure to like really tease it on both sides so that it's super soft. Sometimes in the front and along hairlines, I'll also do the foil upside down, so I'll paint it backwards instead, so that it's even softer in the front, like especially on the hairline, like detail hairlining in the back, to put the foil up, so that you really get the blend from the bottom to the top. So this lightness is totally up to your hair, Gia. Okay. We never want to push the hair more in one shot if it doesn't, want to go. Obviously, we want your hair to stay healthy as possible. So
Thank you.
if it doesn't want to get light, we're just going to embrace that and tackle it next time. So now I'm just going to do a couple underneath back here. And this parting doesn't have to be perfect. This will just be for when your hair moves, so you can see a little bit of lightness underneath also. And this I'll just kind of do like single strands. I'll just kind of pick. And I'm trying my best to just kind of paint on an angle. So if I'm on the right side like I am now, I'll always make the right side a little bit higher than the left, the highest point will be. Just repetition, it's practice, right? That's like anything. As long as you have the vision for the end goal, you can figure out how to get there. spend some time with this foil. I'm gonna just mirror the two foils that I just did on the other side. And you can probably tell that I'm starting even lower on some of these that are on the interior of the hair. Especially as we get closer to like the crown. Because we want it to be like a halo, the highest brightness in the front, and just to kind of like go down towards the back as you get further back. And we're just going to mirror the same thing on this side. This side is a little bit of a shorter section than the other side was, but the two sides of the head are not always the same. So my sectioning, so here's her part, and this is the hair that I've painted from this previous section. So I'm not gonna take the corner because then that will just add more brightness directly to that piece. I'm gonna skip a little section and start behind it. And I'll do this in two sections because it's a pretty wide piece. So just to have better control, I'll make it into two. And the further back we go, the lower we stay with the highlight. So this was the second part of that section. I'll just do two little. And then we'll do the same on this side. And then same here, we left this out so that we're not connected here. This is going to be our last two sections, just the top here and top there, so we'll go like this actually, so we'll do two more. We lost that hair. A client of mine, I haven't seen her in about 7 months. We did her color 7 months ago. She just sent me a photo. It looks like she just got it done.
Wow.
So that's a benefit of, you know, color like this. Aside from maintaining the tone, there's really nothing else that you have to do to the color. You can kind of let it grow out on its own and it'll just kind of keep evolving and changing. Looking good. And now I'm just going to tip out a few ends and just add brightness to the tips so that it doesn't look like you just have the highlights. It looks like a little more sun-kissed. I would like it to be, I mean, I know the back is not nearly as light as some of the front pieces. Like, that looks nice to me. That looks nice. I just want the back to kind of be a touch lighter because I know that it's not there yet. There we go. So since I put the Olaplex into your lightener, I'm gonna just let the number 2 sit on for about like 5 to 10 minutes. So now we'll shampoo and towel dry you off, and I'm gonna apply your root smudge or root gloss, root melt, whatever you wanna call it. It's all the same thing. I'm just gonna kind of blend that line and make your color seamless. Okay. Well, this that I'm using just to blur the line is just 5N. And so this root will process for like 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll pull it down like an inch or so. And then we'll rinse and we'll do it all over. So there you go with your you know, the 2 formulas like you were saying. And I'm leaving the front hairline out, and I will root that part last. You don't have any stuff that everything but your kitchen sink. For glosses, you really want to make sure that it's pretty towel dried, because the water in the hair will dilute the formula that you're using. So always be mindful of that if it's not super towel dried, to kind of formulate down, because it will. And again, with the saturation, make sure you really get it on every single hair. Alrighty, so we're gonna let this hang out for about 7 minutes, then we'll take a peek at it. It will most likely sit for the full 10 minutes. Okay. And it always looks darker when it's processing, and I always want to rinse it off. But just let it sit, let it sit. If you formulate it properly, always let it sit. Even if you think it looks black, it's not. We will see. So this is the IGK Good Behavior 4-in-1 spray. So this is it's a heat protectant, a leave-in conditioner, anti-humidity, like anti-frizz. So it kind of has everything all in one. It's a really nice product. No, this is a nice soft base. Coming from all natural dark color, just to kind of start to begin her lightness journey. So there's no like harsh lines or anything. We're just nice and blended. And it moves really well. Thank you. I love it.